All right, Shalom, Shalom, Israel, Shalom, unto the 12 tribes of Yasha Allah, giving course, all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Mahashiach, the Malak, Yahushua. That's all praises, honor, glorification unto the Most High Yahweh, in the name of his only begotten Son, Yahushua. This is Brother Yasha Allah,
Brother Volume.
Khan, coming back to y'all with yet another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh, BAHASHAM, Mahashiach, the Malak, Yahushua. All right, so we're here to settle this, right? Are camps wicked, right? Are camps wicked? Are they evil? Right? And the Lord, they're not dealing with camps, right? You got the mighty brother Abaya, part of the W5 camp, right? And I'm not in a camp right now, but don't get it twisted. I'm totally with camps, right? And the Most High is too, all right? Because check this out. If there weren't any camps, you wouldn't know the truth, right? This truth would not have been brought to the four corners of the earth, has not been this truth wouldn't have been brought out like it is right now if it wasn't for camp, man. You know? So all you people that have woken up to the truth, y'all better thank the camps, all right? Because we're the ones that's actually going out there onto the highways and hedges. We're about to pull the precept and preaching the gospel, man. Most high, all right? So come on, you got your precept.
Con, I just get Matthew chapter 10 and verse 5. And it
Come on.
reads, These 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So Yahushua, he commanded us to go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel and do what? Verse 7. And as ye go, preach, saying, The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely ye have received, freely give. Provide neither gold nor silver, no brass in your purses, nor scrip for your journey, neither two coats, neither shoes, nor yet staves, for the workman is worthy of his meat. But it's the point. And into whatsoever city or town you shall enter, inquire who in it is worthy, and there abide till you go thence. So that's exactly what we go do. We go to the highways and hedges. We go to the chief place of concourse. I'm in not Slocky. I'm in Atlanta. The brother is in California, right? We go to the chief place of concourse. I'm in downtown Atlanta and stuff like that. We're in that city, man. You gotta go out and do the work. You got brothers being keyboard warriors, talking about camps. Camps are wicked. You're not supposed to do this. But you're the same brother that's not pushing out this truth. You're not handing out flyers. You barely reading. You got no fringes on, but you're the main person saying camps are wicked, right?
Mm-hmm.
So come on.
Come on, man. That's kind of hypocritical, man. You know, saying camps are wicked, right? But you can't even gather up the courage to go out there and teach, man. You know, and the Lord commanded us to do that, right? Let's go to the book of Matthew, chapter 22, and verse 9. Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage, right? So what are the highways? It's talking about outside, man, right? It's not talking about at the refuge of your home, right? Sitting down, eating something, right? Behind the keyboard, man, right? The Lord commanded us to go out there and proclaim the gospel, right? Um, and if you want to do it with brothers, hey, how is that wicked, right? If you want to do it with fellow brothers, how is that wicked, right? The Lord actually commanded us to come together, right? Get that. You got a precept?
Con, I got one. If you don't have one, I
Come,
can
come.
wait.
Yeah, let me just get this, right? This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 25. Not forsaking the assembly of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as you see the day approaching. So as we see what day approaching, as we see the end day, right? Doomsday, as we see doomsday approaching, we must, right, gather together, right, proclaim the gospel, go out to the highways and hedges, right, and teach our people, right? Go on.
Con. So this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37. I'll start at verse 1, right? Because Ezekiel, he wasn't, in the house talking to himself all day, you know? So this is Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 1. And it reads, "The hand of the Lord was upon me, and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord, and set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones." And that's parabolic. He went out there in the midst of the valley, in the midst of where he was dwelling at. It was full of bones, right? Full of dead bodies, not non-living creatures, right? They didn't know the truth. Verse 2, "And caused me to pass by them round about. And behold, there was very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry." And that's exactly how we be. When we go through downtown and stuff like that, we're in that open valley with very dry bones walking around because they don't have that living water, right? Verse 3, "And he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, O Lord Yahweh, thou knowest." Right? I'm going to jump. Actually, no, verse 4, right? "Again he said unto me, prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them, O you dry bones, hear the word of the Lord." So Ezekiel, he was out there prophesying to these dry bones, to the people who didn't know about this truth. He wasn't in his dwelling place talking to himself. He was riding on the ground, this, that, and the third. He was out there prophesying to the people. A so-called camp. He was probably by himself. He probably had a friend with him. It just not recorded and stuff like that. But he was out there doing the work. So there's really no excuse why you should be out there doing the work. But I'm gonna jump down to verse 9, right? And it reads, then said he unto me, prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain, and that they may live. And that's exactly how we be, man. We be prophesying to the wind because nobody be listening, but we still out there prophesying to the wind. So the same thing Ezekiel was doing, same thing Jeremiah was doing, same thing Isaiah was doing, is the same thing we're doing. Okay.
That's right. That's right. And camps is the main way to get this word out, man. Yeah, we got YouTube, but guess what? Guess what we were doing before YouTube, right? We were, hey, not us personally, right? But the brothers, they were out there in the street, man, right? For decades. Then YouTube came around in the early 2000s, right? So YouTube is not the only way, right? It is the main way. The Most High is using it to push this truth, right? But the main way is to what? Prophesying out there in the highways and byways. And what better to do it than with a company of prophets than just by yourself, right? Because some men, they had to be by themselves, man, like Jeremiah, you know. But guess what? That doesn't mean that you can't be with other brethren. Yeah, man. If you're saying that cancer wicked, right, then you're against, right, what the Most High has ordained, right? It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 20. Wisdom crieth without. What does that mean, without? Without means outside, right? You gotta go outside, man, right? It says wisdom crieth without. She uttereth her voice in the streets. So wisdom is not an actual creature, right? It's not an actual like you can't see wisdom, you know what I'm saying? You can't be like, hey, what's up, wisdom? Kind of dab her up, right? You know what I'm saying? You kind of, saying, what's up, you're kind of catching up with wisdom, right? No, like what you can't see wisdom like how you see a wife, right? You can't see wisdom like how you would touch your wife or how you would touch your husband, right? Or how you would touch your dog or whatever, right? Wisdom is not like that. It's not she's not in a fleshly body. So what is this going into? Hey, she's being cried out. She's crying out via what? The prophets that's out there, man, right? In camps, right? Verse 21, she appeared in the chief places of concourse. What are the chief places of concourse? Right? By stores and whatnot, right? Supermarkets, right? Tourist attractions, right? In the openings of the gates in the city, she uttered her words, saying, right? How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, you fools say knowledge, right? Did you bring that out already?
Well,
Okay, come. But yeah, man. Hey, but yeah, come, you got it.
and I was meditating about this last night while reading Acts.
Come.
Bro, Stephen was doing the same thing that we're doing, man. All right,
Mm-hmm.
hold on, I'm just get this. Acts chapter 6. I'll start verse 8, and it reads, "And Stephen, full of faith and power, did great wonders and miracles among the people. Then there arose certain of the synagogue, which is called the synagogue of the Libertines, and Cyrenians and Alexandrians, and of them Cilicia, and of Asia, disputing with Stephen. So they going back and forth. The same way we out there teaching, hey man, they going back and forth with us. It was going back and forth with Stephen, man, right? And they were not able to resist the wisdom and the spirit by which he spake. He was pulling precepts, right? He knew what he was talking about, right? Verse 11, and they suborned men, which said, we have heard him speak blasphemous words against Moses and against God. And they stirred up the people and the elders and the scribes and came upon him and caught him and brought him to the council. The same thing that G-Man be doing, Post Malone be doing. They be raising their voice, trying to get everybody involved, saying you're a false Christ and stuff like that. That's exactly what they doing. But hey, hold on, I'm about to show you something though. Verse 13, and so false witnesses which said, this man ceases not to speak blasphemous words against this holy place in the law. But this is the point, verse 14. For we have heard him say that this Yahushua of Nazareth shall destroy this place and shall change the customs which Moses delivered us. And that's exactly what we saying. We saying that Yahushua going to destroy this place. And then we also saying that we're going to get this new heart. We're going to get rid of this stony heart and get put in that new covenant, man. He's going to change the customs in that new covenant. It's exactly what we're saying now. Because, hey, man, there's nothing new under the sun. The same way that, what's his name? Salaki. Stephen was saying the same thing about how Yahweh is going to destroy this place, how we're going to be put under the new covenant. It's the same thing we're saying now, man. Okay.
That's right. That's right. Hey, this is the book of right? It's the book of First Samuel, chapter 10, in verse 5, right? And it says, and after that, or so like after that, thou shalt come to the hill of the Most High, where is the garrison of the Philistines, right? It says, or the Philistines, and it shall come to pass when thou art come thither to the city, that thou shalt meet a company, right? A company meaning what? A group, right? Of prophets. A company of prophets. What is W5 Atlanta? What is W5 Baltimore? What is Sakari Atlanta? What is Sakari San Francisco? Sakari San Diego? HOI, right? All these different camps, right? Sons of Thunder, Israelites. HODC, right? How Alpha and Omega, right? All these various camps, man, right? Hey, what are them? They are companies of prophets, a group of prophets, man. That's what they are, right? If you're gonna call a group of prophets wicked, right? Hey, that's on you, right? That's on you, right? It says coming down from the high place and with a psaltery and a tabret and a pipe and a harp before them, and they shall prophesy. You see that? It's not like we're out there, right? Kind of beating people up, kind of shooting people, right? We're not out there singing and dancing and hollering. What are we doing out there? We're prophesying. We're teaching, exhorting, right? Exhortating, right? Doing the work of the Most High, right? We're trying to serve the Lord in truth and in sincerity as much as we can. Trying to be soldiers for the Lord, as the Lord has said that we are, right? Verse 6, right? And the Spirit of the Lord will come upon thee, and thou shalt prophesy with them, and shall be turned into another man. That literally happened to people. They walked past the camps, right? Saw the signs, kind of checked this out. Hey, what's going on over here? If it wasn't for that, hey, those brothers wouldn't have been in the truth, or sisters, right? If it wasn't for camps, man. Now you're going to say that camps are wicked, right? That's off. Hey, like the beloved brother Deacon, man, in 2008, right? It's a long time ago, right? 2008. Came into the truth, or basically a camp. So if the camp wasn't out there, right? If we went by your logic, just behind the keyboard, right? If the camp wasn't out there, the brother wouldn't have been in the truth, most likely, right? So,
So I'm gonna get this real quick in Amos chapter 7 and verse 14, and I read. Then answered Amos and said to Amaziah, I was no prophet, neither was I a prophet's son, but I was a herdman and a gatherer of sycamore fruit. And the Lord took me as I followed the flock. And the Lord said unto me, go, prophesy unto my people Israel. And that's exactly what Amos did, right? He went and Amaziah did. He went to go prophesy unto Israel. Again, he wasn't behind a keyboard. They didn't have keyboards back then, but he wasn't in the house all day, eating up all the food, He wasn't, laying down on his place of rest all the time. Always sleeping. Being slothful. He was out there prophesying, man. Right? Hold on. Let me see. Let me get another picture up real quick. It's the book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 10. They hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly. And who's that happening to? They calling us hate groups, a terrorist group, right? They hate us because we rebuke it in the gate. Hey sister, put on a dress. Hey brother, grow your hair out and stop shaving it bald, brother. Hey brother, put on fringes, man. Hey brother, put down the pork chop. We rebuke it in the gate, but they abhor us, man, because we speak uprightly. And that's talking about the prophets. They abhor Yahawashah, right? Talking about he's the son of man. Talking about he can heal on the Sabbath day.
Come.
Talking about he's the Lord even of the Sabbath day. Like, come on, man. They abhor. We are the prophets back on the earth. Even Yahawashah himself, he was a prophet, right? And guess what he was doing? He was out there. He wasn't in a house again. He didn't have no place of rest. He was out there doing the work. But brothers who be saying, camps are wicked and stuff like that, they just come up with excuses not to do the work. They come up with excuses to hide that talent. Let me get this real quick. Because a lot of people who be saying camps are wicked and stuff like this, like that, they're gonna be this brother right here. So this is Matthew 25. I'll just get straight to the point, verse 18. But he that received one, but he that have received one talent, right? Went and digged in the earth and hid his Lord's money. And that's exactly how these people that be saying camps are wicked be, man. They hiding the Lord's talent. You can easily be out there passing out flyers, hanging up flyers, wearing fringes, man, right? Doing something, right? Reading, exhortating, or something, man. But you hate the Lord's talent. It's lucky, right? Verse 19, after a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoneth with them. Right, so the Lord going to pull up on you, right? Verse 20. I'll get straight to the point. No, I'm going to get straight to the point with this one. In verse 25, and it reads, so look, I'll start at verse 24, and it reads, then he which had received the one talent came and said, Lord, I knew that thou art a hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed, and I was afraid and went and hid thy talent in the earth. And that's exactly how they're going to be. And I was afraid and went and hid thy talent, right? That's exactly how they're going to be, man. Look, there thou hast thy is dying. They're going to have their hair down doing this, giving the talent back to Yahushua. But this is what the Lord going to say, man. Verse 26. His Lord answered and said unto him, thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sowest slacketh. Thou knewest that I reap where I sow not, and gathered where I have not straw. Thou oughtest put therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I shall have received my own usury. Take therefore the talent from him, and give it unto him which have 10 talents. For unto everyone that have shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that have not shall be taken away even that which he hath. And cast ye the unprofitable servant into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth, man. Straight like that. You're gonna be weeping and gnashing of teeth. You over here calling the Lord's prophets. You might be saying, Peter, he's wicked. Apostle Paul, he's wicked. Brother Yasharala, he's wicked. Right, for going out there on the highways and byways and stuff like that. When you the main brother hiding the talent, man, you're not pushing out this truth, and that's how you're gonna be. Man, you're gonna be gnashing and weeping that day, man. That's it.
Right, bro. Hey, all praises, brother, mighty through the spirit. All right, because that's what you have to understand. What's so bad about going out there, right? What's so bad about going out there, right? Show me when the Lord said, "Don't go out there," right? Don't be in the camp, right? The Lord actually says, "Gather yourselves together." Yes, gather together, O nation not desire, right? How good is it for brethren to dwell together in unity, right? Psalm 133 and 1, right? What better is it to gather together and be in the camp, man, and prophesy together? There's nothing wrong with that, man. All right, come on. And you the main brother, kind of hiding your talent. You may not even have a YouTube channel, man. Just posting one video, right? And the video is going into, it's 5 minutes long, just going into how camps are wicked, right? That's all. That's all video game. That's it's a damn 2-hour video going into how camps are wicked, right? And that's all the videos that you. Part 1. Part 2. W5 is wicked, right? Sakari is wicked. Here's why, right? Adam exposed, right? Hey, bro, right? You need to be focusing that energy about going out to the market, man, right? And this is the book of Second Timothy, chapter 4, and verse 2. Preach the word, be instant in season, out of season. Reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. What does it mean to preach the word? Preaching is mainly done outside, man. That's when it's mainly done, right? So one of the apostles, they weren't just inside the houses preaching, right? They sometimes went into the house, they were outside, right? Prophesying, because they had to get to the masses of the people. Where were the masses of the people at? They were outside walking through, just like how you have now, right? You just have walking, you have people walking to and fro, throughout the midst of the sidewalks and the streets, right? Um, verse 5. But watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist. What is an evangelist? Right? Let's get this. What is an evangelist? Right? Brothers, does that say, cancer wicked? I'm supposed to be going out there. What are you doing? You might catch the COVID, right? Brother, we don't care about that. All right. We're trying to do the work of the Most High. All right, this is the book. Oh, it's lucky. I want to get the definition of evangelist, right? So it says a person who seeks to convert others to the Christian faith, especially by public preaching. Right, you see that?
Dang, straight to the point. Public
Straight
preaching.
to the point. Come on. It says especially by public preaching. You see that? Public, right? Now brothers just using Clubhouse all day, right? Trying to get the word out. I mean, brother, you can use that, right? But you can't say that cancer's off because we trying to actually go out there, man, and be a soldier, right? It says do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of that ministry, right? So come on, that's making full proof of your ministry, man, right? Because yeah, you could be on Clubhouse, you could be on YouTube, but brother, you could also be out there passing out flyers. You know, you got to make full proof of your ministry.
You got
Uh,
brothers out there by themselves, man, preaching this word, being instant in season and out of season for real. You got
come
brothers
on.
that was at school passing out flyers and stuff like that, man. Like, come on, man. And you even had a dude named Luke the Evangelist, right?
Right.
Because he was a public preacher, right? But this
Mhm.
First Corinthians chapter 4, I'll start verse 9, and it reads, "For I think that God hath set forth us, the apostles, last, as it were appointed to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men." So we're made a spectacle to man, to angels, to the world, and stuff like that, man. Because we're out there talking about the Bible. You got people walking by. That's the white man's book. That's the KJV. He was a homosexual, right? You don't know what you're talking about. It's a book of fairy tales. I mean, we're made a spectacle, man, right? Verse 10, we are fools for Christ's sake, but ye are wise in Christ. So we're all fools for Christ's sake, man. We're looking like fools out there. It's cold. You got the umbrella. It's raining. It's cold. It's windy. Umbrella going inside out. All hell breaking loose. Your Bible getting wet, right? People shivering out there trying to speak, but their mouth kind of frozen, right? We look like fools out there, man. But ye are wise in Christ. We are weak, but ye are strong. You are honorable, but we are despised. But the thing is, the prophets, they are despised. When we come around, people are like, man, not this, man. He always trying to talk about the Bible. He's always trying to talk about how Paul was going hard. He's always asking me to join a camp, to repent and stuff like that. That's exactly. You got certain people you out there teaching. They act like they're on the phone, they don't hear you and stuff like that. I saw one brother one time. He was walking. He saw me with the Bible. I was preaching and stuff like that. He put out the phone. I'm like, bro, I just saw you put out the phone. Like you on the phone, man. And then he didn't want to pay me no attention. You got certain people that will cross the street and go all the way down and cross the street again to make sure they pass you and stuff like that. You got
Mhm.
certain people that see you and they just turn right back around, man, because they despise us, man. They don't despise us; they despise the Lord.
That's right. That's right. Calm, man. Brother, bring out mighty points. All right. And another thing too about people being against camps, it's because we were always banging on Esau too. But that's not our main objective. But we're gonna do that, right? We're gonna do that. That's not why we're out there. People think that we're just out there to bang on Esau, right? No, our main objective, like how the Lord said, right? Wake my people up, right? Feed my sheep, right? Do the work of an evangelist, right? Win souls. That's what we're out there to do. But of course, we're always going to have to give judgment to the nations as well. Jeremiah 28, verse 8, right? But come, um,
Gotta preach up with that real quick.
yeah, come, bring it up.
You're always banging on Esau. You're always preaching racism, preaching hate. Well, it's a commandment, man. Isaiah 42 and verse 1. Behold my servant, whom I uphold, my elect, in whom my soul delighteth. I have put my spirit upon him. And we know the elect, Isaiah 44 and 1 is Israel, right? And it
Mhm.
reads, he shall bring forth judgment to the Gentiles, man. That's exactly what we're doing. We're bringing forth judgment to the Gentiles. But as a man speaking, on my own level, I really don't care about these heathen for real. I really be out there trying to get Jake. But
Mhm.
if they come up and ask questions, they enter into the lion's den. They did it themselves for real. I don't really go out my way, and stuff like that. But if they enter into the lion's den, they're gonna get ate.
Right, that's right. Yeah, like that's not like even when I'm out there, I'm not gonna go talk to Esau when Jake is right here, right?
Oh.
I'm gonna try to get to Jake first. Of course, the Lord said judge not according to appearance. But this man, you know what I'm saying, or perceive in the spirit, this man's Edomite, or just looking at off the appearance, just in a quick decision, right? I'm gonna talk to this brother first, right? Then to the damn, Edomite, right? But of course, we still have to give these nations their judgment, man. All right. And yeah, and we wanted to talk about some prophecy real quick, right? Basically, what's going on in the world, right? Basically, if you didn't hear, snow is not turning. It's like it's snow in, especially in Texas, is not melting, right? There's people that have lit um, light over snow, and it still hasn't melted, right? So that's very strange. That's very we already seen some weird stuff, in 2020, 2020, you know, so forth. But hey, this is hella weird, right? Now, let me see. Let me see if I can try to find a clip, right? Um, I think it's right here. Wait, hold on. Yeah, you'll have to bear with me. Uh, bear with me. All right, yeah. So, hold on. So, right here, right?
I just seen something on the internet that said snow is not melting and it's burning. That shit is really burning. Look, hold on.
Bro, what? It's
Like you
burning.
see it
Look,
melting, some, but it's even dripping it off.
when has that ever happened? Even this Edomite, I watched this clip, right? This Edomite that was burning the snow, she was like, I never seen anything like this, right? Basically. And she said it has a smell too, right? It has like a smell to it, right? So we don't know what the heck this is. And there was even a clip of how the weather has been really strange, right? Lately. The weather has been really, really strange. And Esau, he can already make clouds, right? So he might be making this snow. We don't know why, right? And also when the other clip too, I watched on Instagram, I believe. But basically, it was when um these people were kind of walking in the snow. Hey, it didn't even look like real snow, for real, right? Because it was really weird how they were stepping in it. You know what I'm saying? It was like right. It didn't even look or sound like real snow. So we don't know what's going on, but we know that that's one of the signs of the times. You got precept?
I can bring out one precept. I'll show for this one in second address, but I can bring this out real quick.
Okay.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 9 and verse 16. And it reads, I'll start verse 15, and it reads, For now I will stretch out my hand, that I may smite thee and thy people with pestilence, and thou shalt be cut off from the earth. Because you got these, parasites in the water and stuff like that in Texas. They can't drink it. You probably had people drink it, and, it's too late. Now it's all in their, bowel system and stuff like that. And now they got, pestilence in them. And the next thing you know, they about to, die probably from that. Because in that tap water, there's a lot of germs, a lot of bacteria in that thing, right? And even on the video, you can see the things moving, all right? But verse 16 is the point. And in every deed for this cause I have raised thee up, for to shew in thee my power, and that my name may be declared throughout all the earth. So the Lord's just doing all of this just to declare his name, just to show his signs and his wonders, to show that he's on his way back. Because out of nowhere, Texas snowing, out of nowhere, right? You got these on the interstate, these crashes with the trailer and stuff like that on the 18-wheeler. All hell breaking loose with this so-called black ice and stuff like that. You got people slipping, breaking their leg, right, and stuff like that. The Lord just showing his power. It's just judgment. That's it, right? On a carnal level, Esau might be behind us. He might be, he got a plan going on. He might do this to distract people from what's really going on and stuff like that. Because don't forget, Biden said he want to get everybody vaccinated in 100 days. So it's a lot of things going on, but you gotta be circumspect and stuff like that.
Right. There was also this precept too, I believe, in Psalms, right? And we'll just get a few more precepts and close out. Lucky is we can't make a 2-hour video tonight, but go on. Because I still got this homework and stuff. Got to do it before 12 and whatnot. There's this precept. What was this? Let me try to find this in our Psalms, right? Psalms going into It's the book of Psalms, chapter 63, right? Or Slok 64, in verse 2. It says, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked," right? From the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. So Esau, he has a secret counsel, right? Hey, Abaya is not invited to this council, right? Regular men, they're not invited to this council, right? You know how they say the 1%, they're invited to this council. And they have this council, right, about wicked stuff, right? From the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, right? And they're workers of iniquity, right? Esau, this is part of his agenda. This kind of this no thing. All this stuff is part of his agenda, man. Right? And we will see what this man is going to do, right? But we already know is going to fail, according to prophecy. Who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, right? So, come, all right? I'm gonna skip down to verse 7. But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. All right. So the Most High, he's bending his bow, like it says in the book of 2nd Ezra 16th chapter, and he's going to be shooting these arrows. And these arrows are nothing nice, right? These arrows consist of what? The sword, famine, pestilence, evils, insurrection, plagues on the earth, right? These are these different arrows that the Most High is shooting on the earth, right? And they're coming fast. And like how the Most High said, when the archer bends his bow and releases the arrow doesn't come back, right? So as soon as the Most High on a carnal shoots that arrow, right? Hey, it's not coming back. It's going to shoot right at Esau. He's going immediately down, man. Right? He's going to be wounded, like the scripture says.
Got priest on last precept real quick. Second address, chapter 7, I'll start verse 11, and it reads, "Because for their sakes I made the world," talking about Israel's sake, right? "And when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that now is done. Then were the entrances of this world made narrow, full of sorrow and travail. They are but few and evil, full of perils and very painful. Because this world, man, because you got the elder world, the time before the flood, and you got this world. The time before the flood, everything was nice. The grapes were bigger, the animals was larger, the air wasn't polluted, right? But now you got fish with parasites in them, right? The water is nasty. You got people eating oysters. You got people eating pig. I was just watching last night. I was kind of in the spirit, just thinking about the Lord's creation. I was looking at on YouTube the pig. It was eating poop, right? And people be
Oh,
eating that thing, man, right?
mhm.
So this place is just polluted. You got fake snow. Esau, manipulating the elements. You got fake
Mhm.
rain, acid rain, right? People got
Right.
their tongue out, trying to, drink it, talking about fresh, refreshing, but really you slowly dying, man, because this world is, polluted, man, right?
Right. And you got Slovakia,
Are you
right?
good?
You got you got plagued water as well. Like over here where I'm at, we can't even drink from the faucet, man. You know,
Damn.
because there's this thing called chromium 6 in the water. They even tell you that, hey, don't be drinking the water without a filter out here because there's chromium 6 in the water, right? You might be like, what the hell is that? Hey, it's Esau's chemicals, man. You know, it's Esau's chemicals, and it's in the water, so you can't even drink the tap water, man. You have to filter it out, right? So gone.
Did Adam have, a filter for the tap water?
Like,
If you put a bucket out for the rain, you can get arrested for that, man. Because back in the ancient world, in the elder world, they had wells and everything like that. It would rain, they have water, to drink and stuff like that,
mhm,
right? But now if we do that, you're gonna get arrested because they want you to suffer, man. They want you to buy their water bottles. They want you to drink that tap water, and then 20 years you slowly die, right? Because all the chemicals. There wasn't
right.
chemicals in the elder world, man, right? But this
Yeah.
world is faded away. Nothing. It's like fake. Everything here is fake. It's an illusion.
Mhm. Goddamn, big old apples like this, man. Apples not this big, bruh. Right? What the hell? Got a banana this long? Like, damn, what the hell?
With no
Right?
seeds.
Yeah, no seeds, and the water. Hey, the watermelon tastes funny. You know, it doesn't taste the same. Even my dad says that. It doesn't taste the same, man. You know, and he grew up in the '80s.
See,
In the '70s. Oh,
kind of what's it called? You got them oranges. Them what's it called? Angels, something like
hmm.
that. It got no
Yeah,
seeds in them. I'm like, yeah.
yeah, bro.
Or Halo, something like that. I don't know, something like that. Halo,
You got like the halos, the cuties.
cuties. Yeah,
Oh, God, oh.
no seeds.
Right. See that? See that? And even when you go to the store, and with all this damn fake food, GMOs, it's all gonna be empty too. Like how the Lord said, suddenly you're gonna find the storehouse is empty. You know, so that's what I think about now when I go to the grocery store. I'll be looking like, damn, all this is gonna be gone, bruh. You know, all this is gonna be gone. But we got to be prepared for that. Even when I'm laying down in my bed, I'm hella tired, right? And I'm like, what if the Lord came back right now? What if the, you know what I'm saying? That kind of keeps you on your toes, What if the Lord came back right now, and you just hella tired, you're laying down in your bed or your couch, whatever, you know, wherever the Lord has you, sleep at, and you're hella tired, and you're like, damn, what if the Lord can just come back right now, you know? That's what we have to be reiterating in our minds, because literally all hell could break loose, you know.
Like I got one more precept to lock you. This is
Come on,
Ezekiel
come on.
4:13, and it reads, "And the Lord said, Even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whether I'll drive them." And that's why I don't really be in, McDonald's like that, because I believe he was a mayor. He talking about he mixed the children, meat and stuff like that with the Passover meat or something like that. Basically, he said
Mhm.
he put the children's grind. He ground up the children meat and he put it in McDonald's stuff, sausages and stuff like that. So you think it's
Hell,
meat, you think it's chicken, but it's really some kids on meat and stuff like that, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, man, it's nasty, man. And there's a video
Hey,
of him saying that too. That's nasty.
yeah, man. I remember when McDonald's got caught for using damn horse meat, in the patties, right? Hor- really, horse meat, right? And it's not like that's it's unclean anyways. You know what I'm saying? It was that bad horse meat too, right? So bro, that's crazy. Calm. But yeah, with that, all right. Let me wait. Hold on. Let me just get this precept right. It's the book of right, Revelation. All right, Revelation chapter 2. Let me see this. All right, hold on, Slovakia. Let me just find this precept real quick.
You know what's going into?
Um, yeah, it's hold on. It's the Lord saying, "Oh, come on, yeah, I found it. The water there." Right, this is the book of Revelation chapter 3 and verse 2. Be watchful and strengthen things which remain or are ready to die, for I have not found thy works perfect before the Most High. Right? So everything's about to pass away. That's what we have to keep reiterating in our minds, right? Because everything's about to pass away. I always bring this out at camp in Second Peter. When everything that we see, the elements is going to be melted or burnt up with living heat. This damn laptop, right? Or by a couch, a phone, damn school, the wicked people within the school that don't want to hearken onto the Most High. All this is going to be burnt up, right? Within a moment, you know. Verse 3. Remember therefore how thou hast received and heard, and hold fast and repent. If therefore thou shalt not watch, I will come on thee as a thief, and thou shalt not know what hour I will come upon thee. So we got to be watching, keep the commandments, striving to be the best Israelite that we can. All right, and serving the Lord. Slaki, trying to be the best soldier / servant for the Lord in these last days. Come on. So, does that? Do you have anything else?
I can get this closing precept real quick.
All right, come on.
It's the book of Second Address, chapter 9. I'll start verse 6, and it reads, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works, and an ending in effects and signs, and every one that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby you believe.
Believe.
Right? So the only way you're gonna be able to escape is your works and your faith, man. Like the brother was saying, everything's gonna be destroyed. Your shoes, your Jordans you got on, nice fringes you got on, all that's gonna be left behind, man. Right? It's gonna be left behind. All the carnal things you got, the money and stuff like that, it's not gonna save you, but your works and your faith. So you saying you don't have to go out there and push the truth out. We're gonna see you in that day, man. Right? We're gonna see you in that day. Okay.
That's right. So with that, we'd like to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Mahashiach, one like YAHAWASHI, right? This is your brother Yashala.
Brother Abayu.
Khan coming back to y'all with yet another video through the spirit and power of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Shalom.